All right, come on, son. Try this mess out. But I'm not dealing with snow and ice. I'm dealing with mud. So today I'm going to try and add some pretty to the old girl. There's always been something missing on this side of the truck. So we're going to throw in the second tank today. So it matches a little and balances it out and gives me some more shop space. I got tired of walking around that fuel tank, so got fed up. We're just going to throw it in and get it over with. So similar to the other episode, I got to modify the mounts a little, drill this out. I got to trim the bands so they can fit up in there, and then or up in here, and then I have to raise up these mount holes. So a little bit of tweaking. I'll try and do it time lapse, since if you've been following the series, most of you have seen me install a fuel tank before. So I'll try not to bore you too much, and then we'll see what else we get to today. So I thought before I start chopping and hacking on these bands, I'll just do a quick test fit and see if it's close. Who knows? Maybe these mounts are different. So before I start making any changes, we'll give her a try first. All right, at first glance, she looks pretty close. I was able to just get the nut started, and it's reasonably snug here. But if you go back here, there's still quite a gap. So I don't know if that'll get sucked up by the nut. There's lots of length here though, so I might not have to modify this side, which is really, really cool. But the bummer is, of course, with the sleeper on, can't get an impact in here anymore, so might be doing it by hand. Bummer. All right, so that's looking a lot better with that tank under there, looking like a proper truck. But I decided to go take a look at what I did before on this side, and I noticed one thing right away, that these mounts can only go so far because of the width of the saddle, and these are such wide bands. So you've only really got, I don't know, once you get the nut started, you probably only have about an inch of tightening before this thing will be bound up. What that means is I can't use that full length to take up the slack in the passenger side there. So just like this side, I'm gonna have to drop the tank again and raise up the mount holes at the back and re-drill them. Fun. Nothing's easy on this old Pete. All right, I don't want to do that again. So there was barely enough thread to get this through, to get the nut started. So I used a ratchet strap to kind of give me a little length, and I finally got the nut started. Oh, you can see it there. So there's one side. Yeah, like I say, I sure don't want to do that again. Those big bands don't have a lot of give, but it does look sharp, doesn't it? All right, so there you go. One tank to match the other side. So I'm pleased that's on there. Sure don't want to do that again. You know, if you ever wanted to change your bands or replace your tank, if there's any way to do it with the sleeper off the truck, it is a hell of a lot easier. But I guess that proves it can be done even with the sleeper on there. So it's I just got the ends capped. I don't have that crossover valve yet to connect the two tanks into one and then into the motor. So I'll just leave this tank dry for now. I guess gotta get some new fuel lines too. But at least it's mounted. One more thing off the list. It was a lot harder than I thought it was going to be. So I'm going to spend the rest of the day working on something easy. Maybe swapping gauges or something light. One thing I did earlier this week in the evening was I decided to take those aluminum panels and just give them a quick little spray paint on there, and I think it looks decent. Again, it's just temporary until I get the insulation in and the interior. But I might go with that. I kind of like that more than the old blue upholstery. So anyway, keep moving forward. I'm starting to work on the headlights. So as I mentioned in the previous episode, I'm going to put these new bulbs in, but they're a little deeper than the typical bulbs. So I actually had to use a hole saw to punch out the circle there, so I could put these guys in like that. So we'll keep working on these, putting these together. And then I also need, well, ultimately I'd like to get a whole new wiring harness for the front. And I know Dirks sells a real nice original kind of OEM harness with all the right colors. But thing is, when you try and bring something into Canada, you just get nailed on the import duties. It's almost as much as the cost of the item. So I think what I'll do instead is I'll disconnect all the connections here at this junction box, because it appears that's where both lines come out. And then I've been watching some videos on YouTube on how to make your own wiring harness. And you just lay this all out on a board of plywood, and then you just build a kind of a matching one with the same color wires, same lengths, and just connect it all up. And so I think I can make my own. So I'm gonna try and do that and get ready for the headlights. Mount those on there and just keep picking away at all the little things. Alright, so I got a nice package in the mail here from a fellow viewer that wanted to help out with the project. He had a parts 359. They gave me a great deal on some new goodies. So there's a new tack. What else do we got in here? We got a matching speedometer, because neither of mine match. And what else do we got here? Nice amp gauge. Mine is a different one. And then, of course, the air cleaner gauge to fix the one that I mutilated. And then we also had a seat belt. So it's not a brand new one, obviously, but it's going to work. So I'm just trying to do something easy and fun here. I got this new tack that I mounted in. We'll see if we can get it working. I suspect it's this old cable, not the gauge. But the nice thing about this is it's going to match my new speedometer as well. They're the original Peterbilt ones. I think the ones that were in here were just aftermarket ones that were put in there somewhere along the way. There, okay. And we'll give this guy, hook this guy up, and we'll see if we got a tack or not. So this is just obviously a mechanical drive off the motor. Okay, neutral. Let's see. Nothing. Okay, I have to keep troubleshooting, I guess. Okay, I think I figured out the culprit. So when you kind of push it in, you kind of feel that it's turning there. So I thought, oh well, let's pull it out and see kind of what's doing there, and there you go. So I guess it's broken. That's why I was only grabbing some of the time. So off to Peterbilt, get another one. There you go. New tack. Well, new to this truck anyway. Speedo, so at least they match. Put the amp gauge in, and then the new air cleaner. Okay, final test. Okay, I have to keep troubleshooting, I guess. Okay, I think I figured out the culprit. So when you kind of push it in, you kind of feel that it's turning there. So I thought, oh well, let's pull it out and see kind of what's doing there, and there you go. Let's throw that seatbelt in and be a little safer. All right, so we'll put these old grills on here. At least it'll be something for now to keep me safe. Again, I'm still looking for a second one, so if anyone out there has an old lap belt setup, to send me an email at 359 twinsticks gmail.com, and we can get that squared away, because I do need a second one if I ever want to take a passenger. So then these guys just click on there. I don't know if you can see that in the video. Yeah, you sort of can. And then, like I said, run a cotter pin through that hole just to make sure that it doesn't open up, and release. Putting that around. Trim those off of there. Now I still need to get air lines to the seats. I need better cutters. There we go. So there is a tap here for the old seats, the original ones. There we go. Okay. Now that shouldn't come off of there. So there's the air line, and there's a tap. I don't know if you can see it. I'll grab the phone instead of leaving it on the tripod. So right there. However, I don't have any adapters for this this smaller line. I think it's a little 1/4-inch line. So once again, off to Traction to get some more parts. But we'll get that set up, and that way I can raise and lower the seats, and we'll set that up on both sides. All right, one seatbelt. So I figured old LBL is long overdue for a bath. It's such a nice day, I figured let's put her on the driveway and polish her up a little. That's looking pretty sharp. There you go, little by little.